Banana is like this.
Okay. That's fine. Okay. So like I said, I'm with Bola Oyibo and I will be anchoring this program. Like we know, the celebrants. Oyebola Oyibo. Oh, thank you. My name is Oyebola Oyibo and I will be anchoring this program. And like we know, this is one of the series of activities that has been designed to commemorate the 50th birthday of Mrs. Juliet Afolabi, an exceptional woman. And I'm sure it's from a place of passion that I know she has, that she wants to actually, pass on this zeal and passion that she has for not just living as a woman or a wife or a mother, but also a woman that is influencing people. I don't know what coach is here to share with us. I know we're taking us into a lot, but I imagine that at the end of the day, none of us is supposed to live here the same. It's supposed to not just be another masterclass, but an impactful masterclass. Interestingly, this is not part of the program. Interestingly, when I woke up this morning, I had this scripture drop in my heart. I think it's Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 7. I'm not sure now. But I'm talking about power to create wealth. So I read through it in various.
8:18.
8:18. Thank you very much. So, exceptional women. What I would like to know that every creature of God has a deposit of ability to create wealth.
Oh yes.
But somehow we have not known how to maneuver. We have not known how to use this power. We have not known how to put together all of these things. I dare to say, I don't know what he's teaching us, but I dare to say that somebody will live here with information and power to go and create wealth in addition to whatever you have been doing before. Life is about, if you're already creating wealth, there's still more wealth to be created. So there's no ceiling to maximizing impact as women here. Yeah, so I'd like to officially inform to be welcome to the mic, our celebrant for her keynote address. Please join me, please. A standing ovation for the exceptional woman, Mrs. Juliet Afolabi.
Thank you very much for coming. Good morning, everybody. Please sit down. So, I would like to say thank you for taking out your time, your Saturday morning, to be here today. I really appreciate it. I know that we are all busy women because exceptional women are busy taking care of the home, taking care of the business front and their careers. So I want to say thank you. I love to impact knowledge. I love to make people aware of what's going on. I love to make people know what I know. And that's the reason why I brought Dr. Shogo. Dr. Shogo has been my coach for going to almost a year now. And I'm very sure that when you experience him today, you will not regret it. The good thing is that he's also a Christian, so you can be sure of what you are getting, that it's pure. There is no mix. Okay, so you're welcome. So, exceptional woman. Who is the exceptional woman? The exceptional woman is the outstanding woman. When we look at the Proverbs 31 woman, she's the exceptional woman. Many people in the past particularly, they wanted us to think that that woman was just a housewife. And in those days they used to tell us that she was always at home with her husband. But when you go deeply into it, you will see that she was much more than that. She was much more than a woman that was sitting at home. The Bible told us that she bought lands, she had maids, she didn't sleep, and she was managing a lot of things at the same time. Most importantly, the Bible told us that because of her husband was known at the gate. So if you are exceptional, it means that you are the one that will even announce your husband. It means that you will even be the one that is even popular. And you will be the reference reference point to your husband. And I believe that as we come here today, our lives will be more like that in Jesus' name.
Amen.
So I want to say you're welcome to the exceptional life, doing things that ordinary people are scared of doing. That's what we'll start to do. The most important thing also is that the exceptional woman's life is a purposeful life. You look at it like, if I don't do it today, tomorrow may be too late. Everything you're doing, whether in your life, in your business, in your career, in your family, you just have you have this excellent spirit to do things like there's no tomorrow. Because this world is not the end. You want to, your report card is going to be marked one day, and you want to hear God say, not only welcome, but also well done. That's what my life is about, actually. I want to hear more well done, not just welcome. I always say to the devil, welcome is already settled, but it is well done that I want to hear. So please, you are welcome to this place, and I believe that you will be impacted. And today I want to tell you something that I've been also thinking of and dreaming of. In line with this, I'm launching also at this time like a monthly seminar just to empower women in your businesses and in your career. So you'll be hearing more from me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Shiro, for coming. God bless you.
Amen.
Okay, on this note, I'd like to welcome my coach, Dr. Shogo Oyemi. He's a member of the Forbes Council. He's a teacher. He's a lover of God. And he's very disciplined. And, you know, in one of our groups, we have women that are 70-something. It's very respectful also. So whether you are young or old, he's able to carry you along, and we are always blessed. Some of us in the group call him prophets because it's like something that is really bothering you. You will just touch on it, and you receive light. So thank you very much for impacting me, and thank you for coming all the way from
Photographer, where are
Lagos.
you? Stop.
Thank you so much, sir.
Please, you may wonderfully have your seat. Thank you. All right, I'm going to speak. I have a guide, but I'll also speak from my heart. Where there are no rules, there are no sin. So I'm going to beseech you by the mercies of God. Help me put your phones on silence. Phones on silence, maximum vibration. One of the reasons a lot of people are not prospering in life is because of phones. Phones distract us from a lot of things. That's the reason a lot of women have internal noise. I'm still going to introduce myself more. I oversee a community of about 25,000 women, cutting across age 25 to 70. And I've done that since 2017. All right, so whatever it is I'm going to say is not guesswork. Phone causes internal noise. My phone has been on permanent silence for 5 years. If I miss the call, I'll call back now. Happy? Yeah, I'll call back. That's the worst. You miss the call. I will call back. There are people I have. Okay, so I'm not going to do this meeting like it's an official meeting. I'm going to do this meeting like it's a family meeting. So I'll speak from my heart. You know, there's milk, there's meat, and there's bone. Yeah. So I'm not going to give you milk. You're adults. I'm not going to give you meat or milk. We'll crack bones. I'll give you some meat. Talking about phone, also, like I said, the worst that will happen, you will miss it. You can call back. I have a one-on-one with Bishop Oyedepo, that me and him alone. He knows me by name. I have personal coaching and mentoring relationship with him. I mean, for quite a number of us, that might be, where you're a Christian, that might be one of the heights of access you want to have. I miss his calls. And I will call back. Sometimes his phone is still on, another time it's not on. But when he's on, or I reach out to his PA, he switches on, and I call him. Let me give you one bone. The things you're doing as if I don't pick my call, life will stop. If you are dead, those things will still continue. If you are sick and on admission bed, life will still continue. My life is not congested at all because I'm not attached to my phone. And trust me, I'm very busy. A larger percentage of my money comes through my phone. There's no way. Thank God we are all Christians, or most of us are Christians. You can't even hear from God very well. Every time, phone, baka. How do you want to have original ideas? How do you want to have original inspiration? How do you want to hear? How do you want to get direction? So you keep doing the same thing from January to December, and you are expecting a different result. There are schools in China that phones are banned. There are schools in Australia that phones are banned because phones are counterproductive. I have a child entering university this year. He doesn't have a phone. All my kids are teenagers. They don't have phone. No, they don't. Yes, don't they have assignments with phones? They do. They use their mom's phone. They use a tab in the house. They don't have phone. And I realized, because I'm a coach, I'm a counselor, that their lives are cleaner and better. I've seen parents bring their teenager children to me. A lot of parents in our generation, they are living with strangers. You think you know your child. Oh yes. Oh yes. You don't want to hear stories. I'm not a motivational speaker. No, I'm not. You're living with strangers, you think you know them, you don't know them. Some of them are engrossed and lost in pornography, a lot of crazy stuffs. So one brought her daughter to me, and she said her daughter says there's no God, and she's no more a Christian. By the time I brought the daughter and conversed, and I digging, I realized that she has been visiting wrong websites that has to do with lesbianism, that has to do with, God doesn't exist, your mind is enough for you to do. How did you get into this website? Said it was one of our friends that sent it. And you give them phone, you don't even cross-check what they're doing. We treat them as if they are adults. So please, I will beg you. You know, the principle of growth is attention. Anything you pay attention to grows, whether good or bad. This is an adult learning class. I'm not necessarily going to say right. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2 is centered on division. You make it plain so that either reads will run with it. One of the reasons Christians don't succeed and achieve, we don't write. When we write is when we are writing prayer points on December 31st. You just keep your ideas in your head. Things don't work like that. You need to document. Writing is an intrinsic part of learning. Very intrinsic part of learning. Writing is so powerful that out of anger, Moses broke the Ten Commandments. God had to bring him back up the mountain and wrote another one with his handwriting. That this thing has to be written. It's not something you should keep in your head. So I've not even gone into my slides, but I'm going to touch a lot of points that I love it when I speak to Christians. Because the situation of Christians is like that situation of in Ecclesiastes that Solomon said, I've seen a malady on the surface of the earth, that the kings are walking and the slaves are riding horses. That's what is happening to a lot of Christians. Because it's as if the people of the world, they're even wiser than us. It's a malady. And we need to wake up. So many things running in my head at the moment. Alright, how many of you saw the flyer for this event? That's another thing I want to talk about. You saw the flyer. How many of you checked me out on Google? Say the truth. How many of you checked me out on Google? Nobody, that's fine. So how many of you checked me out on YouTube? Alright. I'm also going to teach you something else. I don't go to any event or I meet someone, maybe I know that I'm going to meet someone, that I don't check the person out online. It makes conversation easier. It also shows some level of commitment and seriousness. I'm going somewhere. You see, Bible is so deep that most of the things motivational speakers talk about, they are from the Bible. Some of them know that it's from the Bible. Some of them don't know, they just think it's management principle. You see, research is a life skill. Proverbs 25, verse 1 and 2. Thereabout. The Bible said, it is the glory of God to conceal a matter, but the honor of kings to search out. And we are kings and queens. Some of the challenges you are going through in your life, they are hidden in a book. They are hidden on a YouTube channel. They are hidden on the internet, on a particular website or blog. How many times your prayer point will reduce when you start researching? There are three things we're not taught in school. If you like, go to Harvard. You're not taught about marriage, you're not taught about parenting, and you're not taught about money. So for you to gain mastery in any of these three subjects of life, you need to read, you need to research. Daniel chapter 9 verse 2. Daniel said, and I, Daniel, understood by books. You don't know what, back then during the era of Daniel, when you're in government, it's until you die, or maybe somebody, there's a coup. Daniel was so relevant in Babylon. Daniel reigned, not that he lived, Daniel reigned in Babylon for 65 years. Daniel served 3 different governments. Daniel was not a pastor. He was not a prophet. Daniel was a government official, was a diplomat. But was that relevant? He was a researcher. If you have 2 to 3 kids, you will agree with me. No 2 kids, no 3. There's some of you have 4. No 4 kids are the same. So you can't use one size fits all to handle all of them. A woman came to meet me some years back. All her kids are in Bells University. Firstborn has graduated November last year. Secondborn, she's from the East. So she gave me all her boys. I've been mentoring her boys for 5 years since COVID 2020. The guy started misbehaving. Then I took him out. We went to the shopping mall in Lagos. I had a conversation with him, and I called his name. And I said, what's wrong with you? And the boy started vibrating that Mommy offended me. I said, what happened? He said, when I was in primary school. There are three boys. He said, when I was in primary school, me and my brothers were playing ball. Is the second one. I remember my brothers were playing ball. Then the 2 of them, they were playing it. I did not allow my leg to touch it. And I went to report to Mommy. people now started laughing. This point that I'm talking to you about is in 300 level. The things we trivialize. So a lot of adults and young adults, they are damaged. But they don't know. They don't know background. There's a place of prayer, there's a place of reasoning. That's why God gave us a brain. God gave us a brain so we can move ahead. A brain that is not thinking is a load to the body. So what our brain is meant to solve, what our prayer will not solve it. No. Because when you look at every human being, we are tried in nature. We are basically a spirit, you have a soul, and you live in a body. But you know what we do in Christianity? We nourish our spirit, we neglect our soul, and we ignore our body. If something has been designed to stand on 3 legs and is standing on only 1 leg, will it stand? No way. Pray, do all the fasting, do all the anointing, it will not stand. So there's a place of balance. Jesus Mashi. There are things Jesus will be sharing. Jesus is expecting you to use your brain because it is in the realm of brain. Most of the things we pray for in Nigeria, if you go to Western world, it's not the prayer point. So back to research. Maybe I don't want to say lesson 1, lesson 2, but I need you to start researching. If I was talking to a larger group of women, maybe on 100, 200, 300 women, I'm sure that there will be some women that they're having issues in their marriage. And one of the issues is that the husband is complaining that you don't know how to cook. Yet, there are a lot of recipes you can get on YouTube, there are videos you can watch, but your brain is just opened up that you can check all this. So research is a life skill. Research is a 21st century skill. Whatever area you have challenge, I'm challenging you as women that we need to start researching. Ask questions. What you don't ask, you will never find. What you don't seek, you won't find. Doors you don't knock will never open up to you. The years are old now. It's no more new year. The year is fairly used. Yeah. So this is, by the end of another 2 weeks, Q1 is gone. What challenges do you have in your business? Have you read about it? Have you Googled about it? Have you asked questions? If you're a business owner, it is wrong for you to be in business and you don't have a business mentor. Yeah, it's wrong. God did not create systems like that. There will be no Timothy without Apostle Paul. Oh, Dr. Shogo, well, I don't have one. That's why there's something called role models. Role models are not necessarily people we see. A role model can be dead. And some of them, they have books, they have videos, that you can just learn from them. They've duplicated themselves on all these platforms. I want us to live not, the success of a program is not determined by the number of people that attend, but by the number of lives that are transformed. So I want you to decide that I want to live here with my own word, something that will transform me. Alright, so let's look at this quickly. I hope you can all see this, right? Alright. So what is this? Alright? We all agree that this is knowledge. Right? The middle alphabet of this word is what? L. Alright? We agree that it is L. Okay. So this is L. So to my own left hand side here, what do we have? And what do you have on your right hand? So to be an exceptional woman, It's a choice and it's strongly dependent on what you know. Because what you know is what gives you an edge in life. Not just what you know, but what you know and what you apply. You see that L? L does not stand for love. This L is for learning. So today I'll do lots of knowledge sharing. Forgive me, I'll just try to capture as much as I can. The few minutes we're going to spend together, maybe 1.5 hours or 2 hours, we're done. I want you to be a spirit, soul, and body. Do you know one of the reasons she becomes one of my women platform for my inner circle. And I was talking this morning that a lot of women are depressed. Me, I'm a coach. You see all the makeup and everything. You think they are happy, they have it all figured out. They are not happy. Because you give so much of yourself to husband, if you have one, you give it to children. You have your pieces given to a lot of people. You don't even have anything left for yourself. So you are drained, you are unhappy, you are not fulfilled. So I'm asking you that just these 2 hours, give it to yourself. Pay attention, spirit, soul, and body. I was speaking with one of my friends. I'm actually a coach. She's a pharmacist. Just this morning, she does Forex. She's kind of making it in Forex. She has two children in university. I said, babe, come. You've been on my mind for past 5 days, and that's the truth. I said, are you truthfully happy? Because I know she loves to sing, she loves to speak. When you hear her speak, she's a fire speaker. She's not doing any of those. I said, are you truthfully happy? And she has just 2 kids, all of them are in university. So she's alone. I tell her, that, are you truthfully happy that you are just heavy on my mind? That yes, I agree that sometimes in life we need to do what we need to do to pay our bills. But most times, even though that's the reality, most times people forget what they need to do to give them fulfillment. Because fulfillment and accomplishment are not the same. You can be accomplished. You have the Bentley, you have a good house, you go for vacation. And yet, you see them commit suicide. And you are wondering, this person has it all figured out. What could be wrong? Life that me, I'm envying. Yes. They were accomplished, but they were not fulfilled. There was a vacuum. I said, babe, you don't want your life to be like that. That I'm just sent. And I just this morning, this is a fresh gist. And I said, look at T.Y. Bello. T.Y. Bello sings, right? T.Y. Bello doesn't sing for money. She makes her money from somewhere else. But I believe singing makes her fulfilled. She sings, she shoots a video, put them on YouTube. Maybe she's making passive income on YouTube, that's fine. But she's making money from somewhere else. She does photography big time. And she's an high-end photographer in Nigeria. So in as much as you are pursuing this, your Forex meaning, I know that is not where your heart is. If you don't want to live frustrated, and I said, I don't want you to come and dump your emotional baggage on me. What she responded to me this morning was, I'm speechless. I said, yes, I know. Go and think about it. Because no matter how fast you run in the wrong direction, you will not get to the right destination. You people don't understand. I've done this 20 years. I've seen people retire. They come to meet me. Doc, I am confused. So I wonder, 35 years, you will not fulfilled all along. And there are many of such. And this one belongs to my inner circle. In my inner circle is a subscription-based community. We have members from US, UK, Canada, Namibia, Tanzania. I mean, it's a rich ecosystem. I have surgeon, bankers. In my community, I have a woman that is in Abuja. She's 70 years old. Mommy Comfort. She'll be 70 in May. She's been with me for 5 years. If you hear her speak on phone, you will think it's a 25-year-old girl speaking with you. Fulfillment is powerful. She is fulfilled. So you hear a lot of stuff, just write those bullet points, and I beseech you, just don't write. Luckily, good enough for every one of us, tomorrow is Sunday. Revisit it. And tell yourself, is your note, put action points on the things you need to do, the things you need to work on. So I want you to leave here today with 3 things. Things you need to do, things you need to stop doing, and the things you need to continue doing. So those are the 3 things. Because there are things that I talk about that you're already doing. There are some that you need to start doing. Right. Okay. So a little brief about me. My name is Dr. Shogo. I'm a personal performance coach and also a peak performance coach. I coach high net worth individuals. I help them amplify their results. I'm a corporate trainer. I've trained organizations cutting across oil and gas, manufacturing, law, media, banking, just name a few. I'm a member of Forbes Coaches Council, which is a global platform for thought leaders and coaches around the world. I serve as personal advisor to anyone that wants a third perspective. I'm a conference speaker. In my little life, I've spoken in over 15 countries. Yeah, I'm a life and business strategist. I've consulted for over 500 small businesses across Africa. Media mention. I'm hearing, who is talking? I'm hearing your voice in my head. I'm hearing your voice in my head. You heard her when she was talking. She said something if you didn't hear it. I'm a very disciplined person. Lagos is very far to this place. I don't joke with my work. My work is a ministry before a business. Media mention. My thoughts have been published on Forbes, Tribune, just to mention a few channels, TV. So, let's start our conversation. Yeah, when we look at this woman. Who is this? What does she do? Alright. She's a media mogul. She's a TV personality. What about this woman? That's the richest in Nigeria, right? And this, she used to be what? You know so many, you know Boko, you know Book. Alright, and what's this? Yeah, the first black lady in America. You know this woman? Correct her face. Alright, so that woman, that's the president of Tanzania. First lady president in Tanzania and first lady president in the whole of East Africa. Not former president, she is the current president. Yeah. And when we look at all these women, I think we can successfully summarize that these women are exceptional women. So being an exceptional woman has nothing to do with your industry. Exceptional is exceptional. So you can be exceptional in anything you are called to do. I was speaking with Pastor Julian, I said, pastors say they are the people in high calling. And I mentioned to her that their work is not only the work that is high calling, that every calling is a high calling when it is highly pursued. Every calling is a high. And I was sharing with her 7 mountains. There are 7 mountains in the society that we need to function. Everybody cannot be in the pulpit business. Everybody cannot be in the pulpit. So there are 7 mountains. You have the mountain of media, you have the mountain of sports, you have the mountain of politics and government, you have the mountain of family, you have the mountain of religion. So all these are various platforms that as believers, as women, we can actually take charge and make a difference. This is very important. So, that is an example of who Exceptional Woman is. As a way of introduction, I want to start by saying being a woman is not a disadvantage in any way, because sometimes women feel, oh, we can't make it, it's a man's world. Being a woman is an edge. Being a woman is a superpower. Being a woman is a super force that when you effectively harness it, nothing can stop you. I wrote here that being a woman is an advantage in its own right. You know, one thing I realized is that success does not recognize gender. Success is not gender biased. Wisdom is not gender biased. This can be deposited in anyone that seeks after it, that pursues it. So knowledge belongs to people that seek after it. And I said, being exceptional as a woman is a choice. Being exceptional as a woman is a choice, and it is a commitment. So being an exceptional woman is a choice, it's a commitment, and it's a mindset. Being an exceptional woman is a mindset. Being an exceptional woman is a mindset. I had a funny experience some years back. My wife's mom died, so we went for the burial. So after the burial, you know, the hangout of family members. Then they brought fresh bowl of, serious bowl of meat. Then my son went into the middle of everybody, was doing like, yeah! I screamed his name, shut up, get out! You know what my wife said? My wife said, Ile Omadeni. So, if you don't understand Yoruba, it means leave. Leaving is a child. You know what they call bombastic side eye? So when I looked at her with bombastic side eye, she disappeared completely. So when we left the place, I asked her, that do you even have a vision of what you want your children to look like in the public? That absolutely you don't. Because if you do, that's what will guide you. So I don't want my children to behave like Pepe Seller's children in public. I can't be rejoicing about it. Is it that you don't hit me at all? So I used that opportunity to teach and shape her. about the occurrence because I mentioned that being an exceptional woman is a mindset. My sister, hello ma, I hope you know I love you. I just needed you to know. It was nothing personal. I love you. Yeah. So, being exceptional one is a mindset. You'll be intentional with the kind of people you move with. You'll be intentional with the kind of vocabulary that comes out of your mouth. You'll be intentional with the way you dress. You'll be intentional with the way you carry yourself. Success itself is a script. So being exceptional is a script. People don't accidentally succeed. You don't accidentally become an exceptional woman. You don't accidentally. So, in what areas of your life? So, for example, like I said, I oversee a community of about 25,000 women. I know that women envy each other's body. And I tell them that, babes, listen to me, having a good body is not a gift. Having a good body is worked out. So there are women that have become basia, all in the name of, it's my husband's money, I must eat good food. They are beating their destiny. There are women, they are eating bungalow. In Bogoto, Ugufi, Momo, everything. Wow. Every night. Then they go in front of the TV, they watch African Magic. They sleep, they snow. It is the children of their husband that come away their way and go inside. So, being exceptional is evil is scripted. Yes. So why can't we, as believers, also script good? You think it's accidental that they do homosexual and they are infusing it into cartoon of two people, 2-year-old, 3-year-old. Evil is scripted. If you approach life casually, you will always end up as a casualty. As a casualty. What are you telling me? So this is, I'm going to talk about real life issues that will reshape our perspective, change our direction, and if we implement, because it's about execution, James chapter 1 verse 22, he says, be ye not hearers of the word alone, but be ye doers. Then he said, you are not doers. What did he say? He said, you are deceiving yourself. Do you know that the highest form of deceit is self-deceit? If people are deceiving you, don't deceive yourself. We need to wake up. Gaskiya. We need to wake up. There are 5 W's in life. The W of what, the W of who, the W of when, the W of where, and how. So we need to be able to define things effectively per time. What you don't define, you cannot find. And if you cannot define where you're going, everywhere will keep looking like it. That is why you see some women today they are tailor, tomorrow they are printer, next tomorrow they are selling car, from there, it's photography that is raining now. They will go into photography, moving up and down like the devil, moving to and fro. To and fro, to and fro. Before you know it, they are 55 years old. So they've experimented with their lives all along without still getting it right. Life is not supposed to be a guesswork. At 12 years old, Jesus was not doing guesswork. And God has really helped us in life that there are coaches that are clarity coaches. They can help you find your path. One right conversation with the right person can change the trajectory of our lives. But when you go, you say what I did say, they are hungry. And you go, As rich as Dangote is, there was something I discovered. About maybe 6 years ago or thereabout, when Dangote's daughter got married. Yeah, there were pictures of Dangote all over the place from the wedding party, but there was a particular picture that struck me. That particular picture had Dangote, and right beside Dangote was Bill Gates. For me, I'm a very observant person, and Dangote sat beside Bill Gates. His 2 hands were in between his laps. As rich as he is, that's reverence. I'm sitting beside our car and men talking. You don't even have up to 1% of Dangote's wealth. You don't need anybody. Bill Gates, as rich as he is, Bill Gates' coach is Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is his coach. I researched a lot. There's this intelligent guy that is dead, the owner of Apple, the creator of Apple, Steve Jobs. Out of curiosity, I went to Google and I tapped, that's many years ago, and I tapped, who is the coach of Steve Jobs? And I discovered the guy, Campbell. Campbell is his name. I follow the guy now. Because I'm wondering if Steve Jobs could be that intelligent, just that he doesn't need a coach. His coach is Campbell. So the question is, do you really have a coach? Your coach can be your covering, and guess what? You can be better than your coach or richer than your coach. But because our mind are limited in Africa, though it's changing drastically, people are adopting and adapting and accepting that, oh, I need a coach, I need someone to guide me. You just make guesswork and use all your life savings. A woman once came to meet me and she said, Doc, I'm retiring. And they are giving me so and so amount. Let me not lie to you, I am scared. It's not that it's retiring. Look at me. Look at whatever my age could be. I'm still far from retirement. Yet, I was able to say, Madam, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this. And to the glory of God, we got it right. People lose all their retirement savings on wrong deals. The woman came to meet me. No, a man. He said, Doc, I gave it in budget. That was during COVID. He put all his retirement money. He was retired. He put all his retirement money on fish pond. The water came and washed all the fishes. He did a large one. Something has never done before. Maybe you'd have done on a small scale. I said, sir, you're coming to meet me. You should have come to meet me before you did this one. But mercy will speak for us. If I tell you stories, my work is a call beyond business. I make money from it, but it's first of all a call. I remember one time, a woman, an Hausa woman, she came to meet me. She's from Adamawa State. She said she entered her room and stumbled on her husband making love to his cousin on their matrimonial bed. Fatima. She was broken, she was running mad, she was losing her mind. Lives in Lagos. By the grace of God, at least she was restored back to sanity and the case was handled. There's more to life beyond the four corners of these quarters. Who is an exceptional woman? Pastor Julian described something. When I researching an exceptional woman in the dictionary. No, when I was researching the word exceptional. So I was going to tell you something that I want you to write down. The most important alphabet G in this world, in this life, is God. Yeah. After God is Google. I am telling you the truth. After God, I'm telling you, is Google. Do you know that there are days in my life, and I try to do it every week, really. I try to do it every week. I devote about 1 hour or 2 hours. Everything that just comes into my mind, I'll just research in Google. That's why I know a lot of things. 2 hours every week. Random things. Instead of going to Insta blog like Nigeria, going to all these gossip sites. For me, I just keep Googling stuff in my mind. I think about something, or I heard a statement in a movie I watched. I want to know the meaning. And let me tell you something. As a woman, if you know a little about so many things, you'll be likable. Because you can't know everything, but you can know something about everything. It makes you likable. And there's no way you are likable, you will not make money. There's no way you are likable, you will not make money. Me. I enter countries, it opens to me. They say, who is this guy? I just got back from Tanzania. I did 30 days in Tanzania this year. I've done 30 days in Tanzania. And no one came to meet me and said, Doc, you have rendered all our coaches and trainers in Tanzania useless. That this is what they call real training. I said, I beg you, may they not assassinate me. I said, hey, work on yourself. Work on yourself. You are your best investment as a woman. If you have never bought a book, some of you did not buy a book throughout last year. I don't need to do a census. I am aware. No book, but movies, you watch about 200. In our community, Tribe, we have Book of the Month, we review it. Last month, we read a book by the Sheikh of Dubai, Al-Makum. That book is called My Vision. That book is crazy, destructive. And I do a summary, I do a review, I do a recap. This morning, I posted a movie. It's a documentary, The Legacy. Think and Grow Rich, The Legacy. It's a collection of 10 movies, short on YouTube. I posted it in my inner circle. I said, you guys, I want you to watch it. And when you're done watching it, I want you to share your learnings. You know, there's a difference between information and privileged information. No, they're not the same thing. Position yourself in circles where you have access to privileged information. You might want to write it down in your name. If your name is Jessica, write it Jessica. Position yourself in such a way that you will have access to privileged information. You are an adult. Nobody is coming to save us. Your growth, your development cannot be outsourced. So when I looked at the word exceptional, when I looked at it on dictionary, it says, I wanted to say it says exceptional. So exceptional means, I think, something not typical, something unusual, something different. That's what exceptional means. And you know, when you say something is extraordinary, is a little extra added to the ordinary. So being exceptional means going above and beyond the call of duty. Yeah. And when we look at exceptional, or when we look at exceptional woman in this context now,
there is no one singular definition of exceptional woman. Because what exceptional means to you might not be what exceptional woman means to her. So everybody has their own definition of what exceptional woman is. However, there are certain things. Okay, so what a car means to you might not be what a car means to her. So a car to you might be a Bentley, a Rolls Royce. A car to her might be a Toyota Corolla or a Mercedes Benz. But whether it is Corolla or Rolls Royce, they have 4 legs, they have steering, they can move on land. So no matter what exceptional woman means to any one of us, there are basic elements of what an exceptional woman means that we should adopt. So let's quickly look at this definition. Alright, someone's phone is ringing. Please let me put your phone on silence. Whether you are attending or you're a vendor, please. First, so let's look at this. Can we read this together, ladies and gentlemen? Alright. I'm very intentional in everything I do. She's going to wait for me at the gate. Put leg for me. I'm just kidding. So now you need to talk. You talk. Alright. So an exceptional woman is one who stands out in a career. I hope I'm not blocking anybody. In a career or business through excellence, resilience, and impact. Let's look at the word excellence. Excellence is excellence anywhere in the world. Excellence is not a respecter of color. Excellence is not a respecter of race. Excellence is not a respecter of religion. So, if you're wearing a shoe, and your shoe is excellent in Bonny Island, but if it gets to Port Harcourt, they say, hey, which guy David is? That is not a shoe. Because that's your shoe have not passed the test of universality. But excellence is universal. I told you I've been to over 15 countries. See, it's not about, you can speak American accent. I can speak and people can understand. And my content, and I'm not going there to speak to Nigerians. No. And they tell me, oh, I'm blessed and this. Then my content is universal. But I can't go to Ghana. I'm using illustrations of Bonny Island for them. They can't relate. They can't relate. So you want to be an excellent speaker, there's a template for it. Like I said, remember, everything in life is scripted. There's a difference, man, between what is happening and what is going on. What is happening is what we see. What is going on is underneath a lot. And in your families, there are things happening, but what is going on is different. That's why I said a lot of you are living with strangers that you call children. For example, about 2-3 weeks ago, what is happening or what was happening in Nigeria? Dollar fell 1,400. Now, dollar is about 1,550, nearing 1,600 again. So what, do you know, some people have become billionaire in those 2 weeks when this thing was manipulated. Me, I knew it was going to go back. Why? We don't manufacture anything.